good friend Glenn is back in town.
Glad to be here.
Oh yeah, I love when you come up. Actually, you're a great guy to talk to. And sorry, it's just as cold or maybe a little warmer than last time you were in the shop. We only got in about an hour ago and it hasn't had time to heat right up. But I knew you were coming into town from New Hampshire and you brought a bunch of goodies. You had to show us that. We're working on a lot of sleds. I mean, this is a working man's shop. If you just look at all this stuff, it's just pretty insane.
That's great.
So after we're done this, you have to help me put all my tools away.
Okay.
We're going to put a new track in here.
Done.
And well, we'll be up probably till about midnight.
No.
But the fun really starts to happen at about 8 o'clock because that's when we bring the entertainment in.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
good
here
time
for that,
after that.
Yeah, nothing's going to happen after that.
So what's going on? What'd you bring? What'd you bring?
Actually, one of the things I wanted to talk about with you today is we now have a full line of products between our Pro Series and our Standard Series tools. This year, we introduced our Standard Series carbide stud sharpening tool. Now, to explain to everybody the difference between our Pro and Standard is very simple. Our Standard Series tools are designed to run in a cordless drill. Our Pro Series tools are designed to run in a die grinder, whether it's a pneumatic or an electric die grinder. They have to run faster. The type of diamond we're putting on there, the type of bonding material we're using, they're designed to run at higher RPMs. They also give a longer life than our Standard Series tools. However, our Standard Series tools are designed for convenience. They're designed to use in a cordless drill.
Right.
So Louis, when we talk about Standard Series portability, this tool was the tool that started everything for us about 5 years ago. This tool is a diamond-coated piece of 303 stainless steel. It's designed to work at the speeds that a cordless drill will turn at, somewhere between 1,500 to 2,000 RPMs.
Okay, well, before we get any further, yes, you designed this tool, but so everybody knows your background and what it is that you do and how you came up with this. You should tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my background is I'm a mechanical engineer. I own a manufacturing company down in New Hampshire. I've been running that for about 30 years, but finally said to myself, you know, there's a lot of problems that I want to solve, not just all my customers' problems. 6, 7 years ago, I was riding up in Quebec, and always was frustrated about the fact that I couldn't maintain my traction products on my snowmobile. I use studs in my track, mostly for stopping. I'm not a lake racer. I like to keep sharp carbide runners just for performance. When I'm going around a corner, if I have to make an emergency avoidance maneuver and there's hard pack there or ice, I know when I want to turn, I've got sharp carbide runners underneath me that are going to get me around that corner and get me safely. We've all been there before where we've been going down a tight trail and the trail's a little tight, guy coming the other way is on your side of the trail and you've got to quickly get over. It's nice to know that you can turn and what you're turning on is going to bite in.
So, I mean, you're a problem solver. That's your background and that's probably your passion too, right? When you see, I don't know, like all of us who are into this kind of stuff, it's like, you know, I don't like that. I'm going to change that a little bit. I'm going to create something. I've come up with the idea. I'm going to implement it. I'm going to create it and then bring it to the market. But there's a lot of, it's not just a chunk of metal and then diamonds. Like there's a lot of R&D that goes into this. A lot of
engineering that goes into this, yeah, as far as how this thing is put together, the type of diamonds we use, the grit size, the temperatures they're bonded at, the braze that they're bonded through, all the rest of that stuff. It's a big part of the quality that goes into the tool and how it and what gives it its longevity as far as life and so forth. So this tool is designed for portability. We wanted our first tool to come out and be able to have people to sharpen their carbide runners whenever, wherever they wanted. All you do is snap this tool into your chuck, set it on its highest speed, get your sled tipped up on the side, you take it, and you run it right down the carbide.
Yep.
It's not a lengthy process. Our Standard Series tools, and what we want our customers to know is that our Standard Series tools are maintenance tools. This tool is going to maintain your edge. It's going to maintain it to a sharp edge so that you ride all season long on a sharp carbide runner.
Right.
This tool is not designed to bring a set of carbide runners back from the grave.
Yeah.
We have tools that do that.
I read the comments, obviously, in my videos, and I'll just bring some to you so you can hear them. One guy says, it's going to wear your carbide out faster doing that. So if you get a new carbide and you use that tool on it, your carbide's going to wear out faster.
Correct. It's not the case. We've done testing. Testing has shown that over 2,000 miles of riding, we took one ski, put a brand new set of carbide runners on it, didn't touch it. We took another ski and we sharpened it up every 300 kilometers. Do you know which ski had more carbide on it at the end of those 2,000 or so miles, 3,000 kilometers? The ski that we sharpened. Sharp carbide runners will last longer than carbide runners that are never touched. As that carbide runner wears, that triangular shape gets wider and wider and wider. So there's more surface area that gets ground down faster and faster as you go over roads, pull into gas stations, and so forth. You know, we as a winter sports community, whether we're hockey skating, whether we're snow skiing, whatever it is we're doing, we sharpen our blades. We keep them sharp. We get on these snowmobiles that'll go 100 plus miles an hour. They perform like little Ferraris on snow, but we don't maintain the traction products underneath.
That's true.
There was never an easy way to do it, and that's part of the reason why we came up with this line of products.
I guess you could just boil it down to a runner will last forever, whether you sharpen it or not. It just won't work, and it'll just wear down. It'll wear your. I mean, if that's your mindset, your mentality, because I mean that's what it was years ago. Or still, a lot of people do that. They put a runner on, and then they're good. They just keep going. They never sharpen it, never look after it. Well, those carbides lasted me 15 years. Well, they really didn't. They didn't do what they're supposed to do, and that's why I like, this whole thing, because it makes sense to me.
And it's all about we have a short season. A good season for most people, maybe 12, 15 rides. And out of those 12, 15 rides, and all the money we put into our equipment, you want those 12 to 15 rides to be the best rides, regardless of the conditions. Whether it's packed powder, whether it's ice, whether it's hard pack, whatever the conditions are, when your carbide runners are sharp, that you're going to be riding, even regardless of the conditions, you're going to have a good ride for that.
That's
for
right.
That day.
It makes sense to me.
So,
other question?
Go ahead.
From another reader or viewer. They said that tool is junk. I used it and it got full of material. It got all bound up in material. So I asked, well, what kind of material? It doesn't make sense because carbide, the way it works with this tool, is it just flakes off, or it just turns into carbide dust. He said, well, I got aluminum in it. And I said, well, I could see aluminum getting bound up in it, because just like any kind of a grinding bit, if you don't use the proper one with aluminum, it's going to get packed. I said, what kind of runner were you? I've never seen an aluminum runner. Have you seen an aluminum?
No.
So I don't know. It didn't make sense. I mean, I just wanted to ask you if you've ever seen a carbide or a runner, like a carbide impregnated or mounted inside an aluminum runner.
Never have.
I don't think it exists.
People say to me, can I use this to sharpen the blade on my snowblower, on my lawnmower?
Oh, yeah.
And I'll say no, because the metal that you're sharpening will bind up in between the diamonds. The diamonds are designed to cut carbide, like you said, creating a carbide dust, which basically falls out. If you get dust that packs up inside there, all you do is tap it, blow it out, run it under the sink, run it under the water.
Just turns to powder, like a gray.
It rinses right out.
Yeah,
exactly.
kind of like graphite, almost like a pencil.
Right.
That kind of dusty stuff.
If you load it up with steel or aluminum, you're going to have a hard time getting that steel or aluminum out of there. You'll need to get some Kratex or some other rough media to try to get it out of there.
Yeah.
It will work. Actually, one of the best things to take metal out from between the diamonds is run it over a piece of carbide.
Yeah.
And start it to sharpen. It'll pull it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So,
okay.
This tool being our original tool, and these are our 4 tools lined up in the same order as here. But this is our standard series tool. It is still our biggest selling tool. It's the tool that most people use because of the portability and a cordless drill. The next one here is our professional series tool. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute and just show how well that tool works. The next tool is our standard series carbide runner sharpening tool. This is the new one we released this year.
Right.
This tool again is designed to work in a cordless drill. This is not a tool to sharpen every stud in your track. This is a tool that you'll have with you that you can say, oh, I've got a tip that broke off of this one, or this one needs to be touched up and so forth.
Right.
It's a touch-up tool. It's a tool to go in, and if you want to touch up a stud on your track, you go around and touch it up. If you want to sharpen all the studs in your track, this is the tool you want.
You can see the difference in the diamonds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the diamonds are carefully selected for their special purpose. 1,500, 2,000 RPMs, special diamonds, special bonding material. For our professional series tools that run 10,000 RPMs or better, special diamonds, special braze bond and everything else.
Yep.
But you're also running in a completely different tool, a higher RPM tool.
Right.
And we're gonna show some of the examples from that there. But again, I want people to understand that our standard series tool is a maintenance tool. Start with a good set of edges, sharpen them every 300 kilometers.
Makes sense.
Professional series tool, you got a family with 5, 6 sleds, you're a repair shop, you want to provide a sharpening service, you've got carbides that are significantly want to bring them back, that's the tool right there. But you got to have the equipment to run that tool. You want to touch your studs up, that's the tool you want to use right there in your cordless drill. Again, a maintenance tool. And you want to sharpen all the studs in your track, that's the tool you want to sharpen.
I only have one. I only have one sled.
One sled.
Yeah, don't. This is the one my wife knows I have. That's it.
Not anymore. Not if she sees this
She watches the video.
Yeah, exactly. You're in trouble now. So this is how they come. This is how they look.
Yep.
That is our complete line of traction sharpening products for your snowmobile. You want convenience? Get the standard series. You want professional results? Get the Pro Series tools. But 2 completely different sets of tools. They both work extremely well when used right. I want to let our customers know as well that diamond media is very, very effective at sharpening carbide. Let the diamonds do the cutting. You don't have to get in there and put extra pressure on that to make it work. Nice, easy strokes.
I've tested that. It doesn't.
It works so much better.
Yeah, if you just let it glide along there, just
You let it glide along and do its thing.
Yeah.
I will tell you that we tell our customers that on average you should get 40 sharpenings out of this tool. I will also tell our customers that I've gotten 80 sharpenings out of that tool. It all depends on how frequently you use it. It may not sound right, but the more you use this tool, the more sharpenings you're going to get out of it. What you're doing is, if you let it wear down more, now the tool's got to work harder to bring the edge back. So you're taking more life out of the tool. If you're touching it up at the end of the day, every other day,
it's going to last a lot
the
longer.
tool doesn't have to work as hard to keep the sharpening going.
That makes sense. And if you're only sharpening, I mean, this has a 4-inch carbide.
Yeah.
So if you're only doing a 4-inch carbide, that's not going to take you very long.
take you
If
long
you're
at
running dual carbides and I don't know, some of these skis are pretty intense.
Correct.
It's going to wear a little quicker.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. No, they work fantastic when they're used right. And please, when you purchase your Bite Harder tool, go to the website. If you purchase it on the internet,
Go to
instructions will
powermods.com.
come with it. You can go to powermods.com. Yeah. What you'll find is a full set of instructions in there that will give you all the tips and everything else that you need to get the best and longest life out of your tool. A quick story. We're at the Novi, Michigan show. Guy has a professional series tool. He comes up to me and he says, "I'm very disappointed in your product." I said, "Why? What's the matter?" He said, "I only got 30 sharpenings out of that tool." 30 sharpenings. That tool's rated for 750 to 1,000 sharpenings, meaning studs, individual studs. He said, "Yeah, it only lasted me 30." And I said, "Well, what were you doing with it? Were you running at the high RPMs? Were you doing what you're supposed to?" He said, yeah. Then his buddy said, tell him the truth. And he said, what's the truth? He said, I got 30 tracks out of that tool at 144 studs per track, over 4,000 studs, and he said the tool looks just as good as it did the day I bought it.
Yeah.
So it's amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
done right
Yeah.
and used right,
That makes sense.
The tools last.
As guys, we have a tendency to not always follow the directions or instructions.
Correct.
Because we figure that makes sense. Put her in there and give her, right?
Right.
Sometimes it's a good thing to acquire the knowledge and implement it the right way, right?
By the way, while we're talking, I wanted to congratulate you on your recent award from YouTube.
Well, thank you.
100,000 subscribers.
I know.
Congratulations.
Well, we worked hard, and there it is right here, by the way. So I just, it's usually under my pillow. We work hard, and it's working with guys like you, from the big guys to the small guys to the guys in between, and of course all the viewers and everybody else that supports this whole thing. That's kind of where it got us there. And now we've got our YouTube or our e-commerce venture as well, so you can buy these things right from us. That has to sort of take us to the next level because this kind of has to support itself now. Louis has been supporting it for a while, and the family, so we need to turn it into something else. But
so because of that, what we're going to do is we are giving you one of our official Bite Harder, all of our tools on our little Lexan engraved plate there.
Oh my God, look at that thing.
We're proud of your accomplishments.
Oh, that's going on the trophy wall.
That's got to go on the trophy wall.
Oh, thank you very
Absolutely.
much. Definitely. That's going to go with our mud run, the Pork Fest mud run.
All the goodies.
Yeah, all the good stuff. That is amazing. Amazing looking thing. Well, thank you very much, Glenn.
It's our pleasure.
That is.
Pleasure.
Did you want to sharpen do you want to show the boys how to sharpen a ski real quick?
I think we
a
should.
carbide?
Yep.
Okay.
This is what Bite Harder's using right now at our shop to sharpen stuff up. We've kind of gotten away from the compressor. Again, the thing I like about this is, you can plug it in pretty much anywhere with an extension cord. This gives you 15,000 RPMs up to 30,000 RPMs.
Nice.
You don't have to go to 30,000 RPMs to do our tools. I can set it on 20,000, but listen to that crank.
Yeah. I remember when this came out on the shopping networks or whatever, way back when. They've come a long way.
So what I'm going to do is just have you stabilize it. And of course, this can be done right on the machine. Well, we're going to go over here so the sparks fly out. So I'm going to have you hold this one.
Okay. Edge is reinstated. We're hard on our carbides, I'm not gonna lie. That does a great job. They totally make sense to me. It's not the first time we've looked at these. I think the first time I met you, I was more or less sold on it, right? Like that. Oh, that totally makes sense to me.
They're very effective tools. As a matter of fact, last winter, a team from Polaris took our tools. They went off and evaluated them. They were so impressed by them, they decided to carry them in their parts and accessories catalog for this season.
Right on. Well, that's great.
So it was a good feeling because it really helped us validate the fact that if Polaris is looking at it and they're carrying the product, that they know how well the product is.
Makes sense.
And again, this right here makes all the difference in the world, whether it's going around a corner, whether it's making an emergency avoidance maneuver. You know you're going to have sharp carbide runners under there. You know you're going to be able to turn whatever you need to turn on. And as far as the studs go, if there was a track here, you're basically doing the same thing. All you're doing is taking the tool and you're going around the tool.
Yeah.
One trick that I do want to let our users know, if the tool is spinning in this direction, you're going to be going counterclockwise from what the tool is spinning.
Okay.
So this tool is spinning in this direction. So when I'm sharpening the stud, I'm going around like this.
Right.
Very simple, very effective. I didn't bring any studs with me today, or some stud sharpening, but we can do that the next time we come.
Yeah, sure. Well, I've got our little ripping sled there. We're gonna the Articat. We're doing a little bit of a hill cross this winter with it, so we're gonna sharpen up the studs and that and get it all ready as well.
Put a nice edge on it.
Yeah. Beauty. Well, very cool
Louis,
little
good
tool.
to see you.
You too. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah,
I know you're on the road again.
Yeah, doing a little bit of a tour through Ontario this week.
Yeah.
But you were the first stop. I wanted to congratulate you on your YouTube
Thank you.
success.
I appreciate that.
And just kind of talk a little bit about some of the new stuff. We've got more stuff coming out next year.
I know.
Which will even be some crazier stuff. It's in the urethane line,
Yes.
but it'll also help in your ride performance and everything else.
I know. I can't wait to see it. We can't tell anybody about it. It's top secret.
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
If you haven't subscribed already, if you love my videos or you like them a little bit, if you don't mind, please subscribe. We appreciate your support. We always love you watching. That's how we get to meet cool guys like Glenn, bring these cool products to you, show you some kind of ridiculous stuff, and that's what Power Mod's all about. Thanks very much, Glenn.
Thank you.
Okay.
Great job.